Hey guys, welcome back. It's Lucid, and we are jumping back into Dominions All-Stars. B, the cooler of the games. For those of you who don't know, and you probably will know because GC puts his stuff up before I do, so GC's probably already like finished his upload series, and I'm probably like, oh, I guess it's safe to put some episodes up now. But yeah, there's a Dominions All-Stars 2A, and that's what he's in, and I'm in 2B. So anyway. Okay, so here we go. We have a new turn. And I've already played it. But let's see what we got. So I traded, you remember how I was talking about I need to trade for some air gems? Because I'm air poor. And the way I was going to get boosters, because like I have to, and it was something I didn't exactly think about with this nation. Like, I've got super efficient mages, but I can't cast any big spells outside of a communion. So, yeah, we needed plus boosters to break out of that. And we didn't have high enough astral to get the astral stuff yet. So our ticket was going to be the Robe of the Magi. And with Robe of the Magi and Construction 6, which, I mean, those come together, obviously, but anyway, with Robe of the Magi, we will be able to make Rings of Sorcery, and with Rings of Sorcery, we can make Rings of Wizardry, and with that, we will be at +3 in all sorcery and +2 in everything else, which will fix basically most of our spellcasting problems. Because then we'll have access to all the other boosters. I think almost all the other ones. Like, there's some weird crosspath ones we probably won't have, like Death, Fire, but anyway, and empowering an Eagle King is going to give us access to Bloodstones too, which is something I don't think I mentioned, but it actually just occurred to me like 5 minutes ago. So anyway, to get these, we traded Astral. So I parted way with 80 pearls, which is a lot of pearls. But fortunately, I parted way to 2 different players, and I would much rather give 80 pearls to 2, like split them in half and give them to 2 players rather than give 80 pearls to 1, because you can get weird stuff like early Arcane Nexus and stuff, which would obviously be a problem. But you can see we finished Alt 4. We cast a bunch of Firebirds. We found a magic site. One of the Eagle Kings has finally earned his GD paycheck, but unfortunately it was a Rune of Air, which kind of sucks. Now, of all of the things that boost ritual range, the air one may be the best, or the blood one, but air, like from here, like let's just, I have enchantment. Like I can go way the fuck out here. And if we try to like circle around to the back, like there's only one, like this is, I can't find a province more than like, but 8 away. And if we go over here, I can probably find some 9s and 8s. But, I mean, we start going farther and we start coming back. So like, okay, there's a 10. But like 7 is a long ass way. 7 means I could basically Cloud Trapeze anywhere on the fucking map. I can also do Seeking Arrows almost anywhere on the map. Or I don't think Seeking Arrows are quite that long range. I don't have that spell yet, do I? No. But yeah. Oh shit. We need to be cheap on, I'm like cranking these things out. What the hell am I doing? We need to use a hammer when we're making this. Save some air gems. So anyway, we'll finish going through the events. We have a dire portent. What? Blood? Lord of Phaedod, Queen of Metals, Mistress of Plants and Trees, Lady of Fertility, has proclaimed that the oak, growing in his sacred grove, is the Mother Oak, the oak that stands at the heart of the world. The possession of this oak surely is a sign that what blood is the rightful ruler of this world. Thus the oak must burn. This is Boar Boys. Our boar building neighbors have put up Mother Oak. So this cannot stand. I've already put out a request where I will trade my nature gems to anybody who can overcast it. And if nobody can, then I'm going to go about trading gems to overcast it. Because, like, what am I going to do with nature income? Probably not much. I mean, I'll make Boots of the Messenger and acorns. So would you rather have Boar Apocalypse or acorns and Boots of the Messenger? Those are the choices, boys. But anyway, we need to do it just to deny it. I could potentially dispel it, but fuck that. Somebody's gonna overcast it, and he'll just put it back up. So that is going to be the plan. On that front. Now, coming down here, Operation Vulture. Let's see what's happening. So here we attack Max Verney. And unfortunately, there are a bunch of Van Heers over here. Or no, here is not a lot of Van Heers. Here's just a couple. Okay. So we took this, but then unfortunately, there is another vulture. Bassin G, who I don't think has been in a real war yet, but has been just playing the vulture game as hard as he can. He honestly is probably, if I go to war next, he is a very likely target. Because I have a big border with him. He has elves, which I'll just murder. Like, these guys... They have a little bit of dark vision, okay, fine. But, basically they're still going to get... Now, if I do darkness, they'll get, what, they'll get a 3 penalty to attack and defense. If I do the shitty darkness, they'll get a 1 penalty, which is not great, but it's something. And then if I get a big doom stack of things with flaming arrows and I get wind guide up and he doesn't, Arrowfend and he doesn't have it, he'll be fucked. Flaming arrows, wind guide. But so anyway, we'll watch this in kind of slow motion. So I've got a fair amount of archers. These guys could not hit him if their life depended on it. They've got 7 attack against 20 defense. It's like winning the lottery. And unfortunately, I put these guys back here because I was worried. Why am I in such a fucking horrible formation? Well, I was worried the flying. This is the province that had the demons in it, and I didn't want the demons to come back and snipe my stuff. So I put the undead back here so the demons would land there. Well, now these guys are all alone. If I would have won this, if I had these guys intermixed with the skeletons, and also my crossbows just absolutely lit my guys up. The crossbow strat with this really is reliant on Arrowfend, which is kind of up and coming. But these crossbow volleys are just punishing to them. Like every time we land a crossbow volley, it's brutal. Is he a reanimator? He has kind of like a full kit on this guy, 32 defense. Ring of water breathing? I don't think I've looked at this. Interesting. Pretty high attack, so he's going to have pretty good repel going on. The Dancing Trident and Divine Shield. Heroic Battle Prowess too, so his attack's really high. Honestly, if he put like a Burning Pearl or Ring of the Warrior, this would be pretty nuts. But then again, we can just shoot them with crossbows. So, surprise, we lose this. But we killed some of these guys, and these guys are expensive. They're like 70 bucks or something. So if we look at that, what was the net result? Well, we killed 8 of these guys, and they are 40 bucks each. So that's like, if you look at gold lost, I lost 15 times 8, so that's 30 times 4, which is 120. I lost 120 gold to Ice Guard. I lost, it's now 170, and then 210, and he lost 240. So it's about equal gold loss but I just lost some chaff, which has value to me. So this was good for him. He gets his province. It was a valuable province. Unfortunately, we're going to have another fight, and that is coming up. I think this is right here. Oh no, this is Rig. So Rig gives no fucks. I actually forgot I need to... He did cast Liquid Body off script, which is... I put like a hold-in cast because I hadn't researched it yet, but I was going to get it this turn. And Rig, like a boss, he chose to cast it, but I need to remember to come back and actually just script him properly now. Okay, we had a big army rolling in here. This is on top of Max Verney's fort. There's an argument to be made for just going after Bassenji right now. So that was this one, or no, this one. We took this from Otheris, but he didn't put PD there because we told him not to, or asked him politely, because that was part of the agreement. Whoops. And then in Omor, we have a battle with Max Verney. Now, again, I think we're worried a little bit about the demons flying in the back, but here that's not really going to matter. Here the problem is there's 20 Van Heers. They didn't even get blessed. Holy shit. God, if they got blessed, it would have been even worse. But you can see they don't even need to be blessed. They just chew through my guys. Now, we got into the back line and we killed most of their stuff, which turns out to be not good. Because, yeah. I had asked United Nations if he was coming north, and he was like, no. And then it turns out he did it anyway. So, whatever. Now, he's going to want to come here. Now, here's something we have to talk about. Look at this. Enchantment bonus 20. I'll fight a war for this. Kind of. I mean, this is like... It's a big deal. I have a ton of enchantment. I mean, we're going to be researching enchantment. Enchantment early. In death. Lichcraft potentially later. Ritual of Rebirth we can do on Scrotty that fall. In air, nothing really. In astral, we've got a lot of good stuff like Stellar Focus. I can put up for like basically nothing. Yeah. And then Nexus is obviously the huge one, but I don't think this is going to be a Nexus game. If there's any way if I'm putting, I mean, do have a huge astral income, which would tend towards something like that, but, I mean, if I put up Nexus, it's doing a victory lap. The world's gonna get crushed one way or another before then. Eternal Pyre is also an option. And the reason it's an option is because once we get all the boosters, we only have Fire 2, but if we get Robe of the Magi, that gets us to Fire 3. If we get Ring of Wizardry, that gets us to Fire 4. Then we can do a Flame Hat. That gets us to Fire 5. Now, getting that last one is going to be tricky. And one of the ways we could do it is with a Staff of Elemental Mastery, which we should be able to make, but we'd have to do the Air Earth one. So I'd need another bank of air gems. So basically, my Earth income's enough to do it. So we could do it, and we could do it pretty cheap. And then this would obviously... Oops, sorry, I nailed the mic. This would obviously just do crazy things for our Firebird economy. We would just be making more Firebirds than we knew what to do with. So anyway, that's an option. It's out there. It's in the space of things we can do. And having control of this, not only are we very happy to have the extra pearl in the nature gem, but this is pretty good. So we had kind of had a gentleman's agreement with these guys that we would get everything here, and then they would get everything here. And obviously, and then I asked him, like, hey, are you coming up? And I'm like, okay, well, if you're not going to take it, I'll, like, what's losing a few undead? Well, it turns out I lost more than a few undead, but, yeah. Now, I'm going to ask to keep this. I am almost sure that he is going to be like, hey, dude, what the fuck? And I'm gonna be like, hey, like, I've got this province and this province, like, do you mind if I keep this one? And if he's like, no, I'll be like, well, you know, like, I've got it, and we've got an app, but what would you want as payment? Like, I'm willing to pay you for it. And I'll probably throw him, like, $300 or $400, which will probably make him happy. I'll be like, dude, it's a 15 income province, but, what's a good reason I can make up for why it's important? Because I don't want him to know there's a site here, because otherwise he's going to want it. I mean, honestly, is this going to be the difference between me winning or losing the game? No. Is it nice to have? Yeah. So we'll see. I think I mean, honestly, 400 is pretty close to what I'm willing to pay for it. It's basically just going to give me a few gems. But in the off chance the game goes late and controlling Nexus is important, then it actually is pretty nice. What are the other big enchantment spells? Gift of Nature's Bounty. Nature 7 to cast. Could our god do it? Our god's 4. And we've got 2, we'll have 2 miscellaneous boosters. I don't think there's a hat booster though. We'd have to empower him. And at that point it's better, because I've already got a Nature 3 someone else, so it's better to have her put the robe on than do these 2, and then she can do it this way. So yeah, she could actually cast it. I mean, we theoretically could rush Nature's Bounty. And with a 20 discount, it would be pretty nice. I mean, honestly, that is a very viable strat. It's probably better than Nexus, like, because it pays off so fast. You just turn all of that into power. That would actually be interesting. If I get Mother Oak, like if I overcast to get Mother Oak, I probably will go for rushing Nature's Bounty. I'm probably going to go like Enchant 7, because that's going to give... This is when I'm, like, really strong, when I get Enchant 7. All this other stuff right here, or, like, Alt 5 is really good for me, but Construction 6 is Greed, and then Enchant 7 is just, like, raw power. Alt 7 is just raw power, because that's going to give me so much good stuff. It's going to give me... Every single place I want to do a PD dump, I can do a Nahuli with Mass Protection. It's going to be Mass Protection on my armies, which is going to be sick. It's going to be... not Wheel of Fates. What am I looking at here? Death. We've got Darkness, which comes out at 6. Skeletal Legion, which, depending on who we're fighting, like if we're fighting Basenji, he's got those spears. Golden Spears and Javelins, right? Or if we're fighting people that are like, oh, we're gonna shoot you with arrows. Which I think there's a fair potential of all of that business. Well, Skeletal Legion is the shit. And if we do it after we do anti-magic, pretty nice, because we don't have to worry about disease as much. But yeah, and we've got disease healers too. So if I have a Skeletal Legion, well, I don't know. We'll probably just send them to the sickbay or something. But this is obviously really, really good. Being able to spam, I can already do this starting next turn, spam Life Drain, which enough Thaumaturg spamming Life Drain will kill anything that's not like a golem, or, you know, it's like mindless and immune. But Darkness is the real reason you go it. Like if I'm finding non-demons or non-undead, This is just cripplingly strong. Cripplingly strong. So that is really good. And then what else? We've got Earth. That gives us Marble Warriors if we're doing like elite goon squads, which is something we can do. We've also got Fire, which probably not going to be terribly useful here. We've got Air, which is going to give us Fog Warriors on our Eagle Kings. Do turn 1 Fog Warriors. So yeah, after we get Alt 7, like getting Alt 9, okay, yeah, it's going to be nice having Army of Gold on my army, but honestly, Alt 7 with Fog Warriors and Mass Protection, Alt 9 is not going to be a big upgrade. I'm just going to tell you. I mean, it's very good. It's very good, but so is Mass Protection plus Fog Warriors. And Skeletal Body versus like most things. It's just gonna, it'll be really good. So after that, we can then go Extreme Greed and go like Enchant 9, potentially. This I'll do if I get Mother Oak. If I don't get Mother Oak, I don't know if I really want to do it. But that would be, if I do this with like a significant overcast, like put 300 gems in it, which is probably what I'll do. If I get Mother Oak, I'm just gonna save gems. Save gems, save gems, save gems, save gems. And then in about 20 turns, I'll put up this with like 300 or 400. And that'll basically be a good game. Because what that is going to mean... Well, we'll go ahead and look at the spell for this. This is one of the game-winning spells. Income plus 20% per Dominion. So if you have 10 Dominions plus 200%. And what does that mean? That means that my Dominion, I'm going to go to basically 10k income. Except I'm going to have higher income than that. It's going to be... Now, right now, I'm not at 10 Dom Strength, but if I end up doing it, I'll just forward up to go to 10. And I don't have to get any bigger. I'll be this big and I can just do it. But I will be bigger because there's no way I'm going to have Enchant 7, Alt 7, and then not be absolutely murdering people. I think the odds of me... I don't know. I just don't see how I'm going to lose this game, but presumably other people are thinking the exact same thing, like Othyrus is pretty big, Magheim's pretty big, Unimaginable has some Hellblast strategy he's working on, Therados is probably being... I think he's being very crafty in here. United Nations Junior is very big, but I don't know if they're going to be working on something like that. Because, like, when I have infinite money and I can fort up, and in all my forts, I can make mages and troops, and I have really fucking good troops, and I'm gonna put all those troops in an army with skeletons? Oh my god. Like, what are you gonna do? You can't fight that. So that's kind of my mini game plan. Maybe we can use this situation of Mother Oak going up to incite fear enough in people that they are willing to trade me nature gems. And if I can do that, and I get Mother Oak, then I'm just gonna sit here and hold on to it, and I'm not gonna build a single nature item except the occasional Boots of the Messenger for Scrotty. But otherwise, we're gonna stop doing acorns. I've got some. Yeah, we're not gonna do any of that shit. Any of that shit. Make bottles of living water. I don't know if we'll end up using our mercury bottles, but that's okay. I don't want to feel inclined to do it. If Earth's more valuable than water, I'm just gonna shit out bottles of living water. And then do maybe like water bracelets and a bottle of living water, and then I can make another size 6 elemental after the size 5 one or 4 one, whatever that comes out of the bottle of living water. And then cast Swarm, and then just get blasted. That'll kill anything. If it's easy stuff, I don't need to go to all that, but that will kill a lot. I mean, that'll kill hard... That'll kill light super combatants. It won't kill a real super combatant. But then, I can put an ethereal crossbow on her, and I probably wouldn't do all that. I don't know. I'd probably just do bottle of living water plus swarm, and then, yeah, like with an e-crossbow, just pew-pew them. Be pretty good. Anyway, I do that, they can't attack me. I've got Nature's Bounty up with dryads everywhere. It would just be horrendous. Horrendous. And the thing is, if I want to, like if I want to get here fast, I could in theory turn off skeleton production. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Okay, so anyway, we've talked about big strategy stuff. We've talked about all the little battles down here. Rig, where are you at, buddy? You're here. If he thinks he's gonna take it, maybe I just sit here too. Maybe I'm just like, get out of here. If he took this, there's a good chance that there's no PD here. So I'll ask him to no PD, and then we're probably actually gonna search here. And then... oh, I don't see... so he's got these guys, the Infernal Irradiated Arabians. So what we're actually gonna want to do, because we have to really worry about heat, is... resist fire, halt till detect closest. And this... actually, I don't want Quicken Self. I want Breath of Winter. And this should... yeah, I don't have chest wound. I would really like to have a hat, but I think it's okay. Head protection is 11. That's not great, but I think with the liquid body we'll be okay. Because, yeah, we're not going to give this up. They can go suck it. Liquid body. He really needs something else, though. Because he doesn't have the double regen. I think he would actually die. But, you know, if I come in here and I just do body ethereal, which I think is probably the least greedy strategy. So we'll see. I'll plan on this for now, and then if I end up making terms with him, then I'll just reanimate undead. But like, what's 20 undead next to losing Rig potentially? So I think we'll just do this. Cheat Fate, which will hit us both, and then... something like this, and if they hit us here, they're gonna get absolutely wrecked. I am quite confident that this would kill all of them. If they have magic weapons, we could be in trouble, but... and it is heat, so Breath of Winter is not gonna do that much. But I'm... kind of fatigue neutral? Oh, it's severe heat? Ugh. No, but the severe heat's not going to affect us once we have fire resistance. So I think I'm going to be 4 fatigue, or 4 encumbrance. And then with Berserk, I'll be back up at 6. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, that is what we want. So we'll see. I don't think he'll attack me. But, yeah, that would be good. And getting like a free, if it's a 20% discount on enchantment, that's like a free 15 nature gems on my progress towards Nature's Bounty. Like, that's worth it. That's worth it. We're gonna storm this castle. I think our script is pretty bomber now. Yeah. Feeling pretty good about it. We got these kind of goons coming in, which actually we should probably put them like out in front. Like something like that. So that if they do attack us, we'll have kind of Goon Squad Alpha up in the very front. We're going to Not now, but I've left this border. I'm probably looking kind of tasty to or to the to Fadod, though I believe he is attacking Magheim over here. So he's kind of attacking this way with Magheim looking a little weak after the Pompeii blowout. So I don't think he's going to attack me, but I do want to get a presence on this border again. I do have Dryads too, so I have some kind of line of defense, but we're going to be taking the next crew of undead that pop out, and we're going to be moving them over to this fort. And then basically, I think we're going to have this peacekeeping squad up here, and we're going to prepare, I think, to attack Benji. Now, we have a nap with them. And we're not going to attack them terribly soon, but I think they're going to be my next planned target. Like, what does that mean? I mean, we're looking at like, well, I think turns is less relevant than timing. Alt 5, I should be pretty strong against them. Alt 6, I'll be even stronger. I think we'll finish Greed, and then once we get enchantments, 6 we'll have Grip of Winter, which will be good. We already have Wolven Winter, which I don't think I'm gonna need right now for this finishing off Max Verney, but we will probably need Wolven Winter for attacking them. And then in combination with Grip of Winter, that will be pretty good for our main armies. We'll just drop Wolven Winter on their forts. I don't remember if they have heat. Does not appear to be very cold, or very warm. No, I don't think so. So they're either cold or they're neutral. Let's... what is their base nation? I think these are Jotunheim. I'm gonna pause it and check. Yeah, they're Jotunheim. You know what that means? It means they're cold 3. Holy shit, guys. I don't know if they're just so dead. This is just free land for me. Let me explain. Let me explain. Once I get enchantment 6, we're gonna attack them. I'm gonna time up my nap ending so that I have it right when we have enchant 6. Like, having mass flight and stuff is great, but I don't think I need it. Because enchantment, we'll talk about enchantment 6 in a second. But look, these guys have no cold resistance. They literally have no cold resistance. And they're in cold 3. They're also 14 HP, which means potentially I could kill them all with flames. I mean, with Murdering Winter, which I don't have, but I could go for it. But it doesn't. I mean, I don't need to. Point is, if I attack them as soon as I get Enchant 6, there's no way they're gonna have Frostfend, or its corollary, Warriors of Methuselah or whatever. So it's it. It's game. Like, if I bring an army of like 500 undead with mass protection on them, which I don't think their lineup has much fire. I mean, it's almost not even worth playing out. Like, okay, tell me you have fire somewhere. That's like really scary. Scary fire mage. Show it to me. The only thing we have to worry about are these little thugs with 30 defense or whatever running around. But I'm pretty sure enough crossbows will deal with them. Pretty sure... The arrows I don't think go against your defense. They go against the defense of the shield or something like that. But not your own character defense. I could be wrong, but... I think enough arrows. This is the only thing he has that could potentially survive my armies. Or like, not this guy. No. It's Dark Vision 50. Oh my god. This is gonna be a massacre. Going to be a massacre. And I mean, I can build, like, E-crossbows, too, and have a couple of those in my army. I'm not even sure who I'd put it on, but... yeah, or, I mean, you know, too, just, like, all the drain life spam and stuff, like, those things aren't gonna hold up. Yeah, they're just... it is actually no contest. I just want to make it so that once I attack them, I'm going to eat them quickly. And it'll just be like boom, 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 boom. Because I don't want anybody else to get it. And then I'll just get all this. And then I'll cast Nature's Bounty, and then it'll be good game. But things are about to start going crazy. Our income, let's look at graphs real quick. Provinces, you can see it's shot up again. Forts, going good. Income, going on a nice little riser here. Gym income, whoosh. How is our gym income going up? I've been feeling, oh, I've been taking provinces. Because I definitely haven't been finding things. My site searching has been just god-awful. Research starting to go up. I think we're at 400 a turn now, which is not anything to write home about, but at least I don't have to hide my head in complete shame. Dominion, you can see, it's finally happened. The Dominion, the Dominion period of horror is finally over. And, like, it should have been not... like, I shouldn't have needed to have built this much to get it out. So now it's probably going to, like, overcompensate and go a little crazy, but that's okay. Army size... for having a bad turn where we lost a ton of shit, we didn't actually lose that much. And then, yeah. And we're going to get this throne. And then What's will probably attack us, and then we eat What's. And then we'll be like this big. Yeah, it'll be good times. And these guys, having these guys as a weak neighbor too, I think is going to be good. And I could, like, regret those words as always when you say anything like that, but we'll see. I think with a mixture of scrawny PD dumps, huge armies, I'm not worried about that. Having 300 or 400 boars roll up here would be annoying, but probably something we could deal with. Getting our Dominion spread here will be nice. But yeah, that's basically it. We're going to take this. Unfortunately, I was really hoping this was going to be a really nice farmland. Unfortunately, it's a kind of shitty one. So we'll take this. We're going to roll out here afterwards, and then... start. I guess here we're actually going to reanimate dead after this. We'll get another 200 undead. I think that is it. I think that is it. And it may not be worth him taking it. I mean, it may not be worth fighting a What's over it. I mean, he's not really going to attack me. But I don't know. We'll see. But I think that's it. We have got some craziness starting to happen. My fort production is through the roof. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I may have double counted or miscounted and about to be 15. I have 15 forts, which is a lot. And our temple count should be a good indicator of that. It should be a little less than our fort count. Yeah. I think we have 2 untempled forts. So that seems about right. And then, yeah, we'll have this one. Maybe we only have 1 untempled fort. think we only have one, so I think it's 14, and then this will be 15. But all those are making mages every turn. So now a lot of my mages are going to go into undead protection, and some are going to go into blood hunting. But very quickly we're going to get them, and I'm going to get out of the preaching business. Like, I'm already out here. Here we should be out of the preaching business. Here we're still preaching a little bit to get this up. I want to get it up to 5, which, do I have? I'll actually go ahead and preach here. I want to get this up to 5. And then once I do, we'll be in good shape. Checking to make sure I still want Alt 5 to finish this turn. Oh, we're claiming this turn too, so that's going to bump our death income up 5, which is going to put that really high. 15 death is pretty solid. And what that means is I can basically make as many of these little amulets of the dead as I want to. I didn't know what I was going to use all my hammers for this turn, so I just went and made a shit ton of amulets of the dead. But yeah. So, couple thoughts in closing. Fire's going to birds, air's going to boosters, and we're still making a few of the... Well, you know, we're still making outquills, but maybe I shouldn't. Because I have no air income, and I'm going to need to do a Staff of Elemental Mastery here. I think. Well, that would be for fire. I don't really know if I need it. We're going to keep making outquills for now. I'll trade for more air later if I need it. But yeah, we've not found anything, even though we've searched the shit out of air. Like, at least you would hope, you know, for like 6 or 4. 2 is just horrible. It's just horrible. But, you know, that's Dominions. Sometimes you've got to roll with whatever gems the game gives you. And the nice thing is on an All-Stars game, you have, like, the thing that sucks is if the gems the game gives you, you can't use because you don't have the right kinds of mages. That sucks. But obviously on an All-Stars game, we can use them. And we will. So, yeah. I think that is it. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.